Anita, Raghu, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I had known Ashwath since he was a kid. In the 90s, during February, I used to go to Lawrence School to coach for 2-3 weeks. And that is where I came across Akhil and Ashwath, and also the Dio brothers who were studying in Lawrence, Lovedale. And this was during when Dave Lurie was the principal. And that is where I saw the talent in these boys. And I thought they have a great future. And after that, when they came back, my good friend Raghu enrolled Ashwath in my academy. And he kept playing. I found him not only passionate about the game, but he wanted to learn the art of playing the game. Later, he played for the under-16, and he was also part of our squad for the state team. I mean, the probables, he was selected. And as he did very well in these league matches, he played for various clubs. He played for BUCC, he played for Jawards, and played for Swastik as well. But unfortunately, due to pressure of academics began to mount, he found it difficult to perform consistently in cricket. He has described it in the book, that phase of his life which reveals his frustrations. Frankly speaking, I had not known the other side of Ashwath, which this book exhibits. There are many books on cricket and sports, but to make cricket as the medium to link with spirituality, this is the book. Experts in the game talk about mental toughness and how one can obtain it, but to the best of my knowledge, no book writer of cricket ever ventured to link spirituality to cricket. Hats off to him. In any sports, there are ups and downs, success and failure, and intelligent ones sort things out. But let's face the facts. Majority of the young cricketers have no clue how to handle failures or any problem concerning mind management. Failures in sports and academics have destroyed families. Ashwath makes an effort to convince the readers that there are certain aspects which one just can't afford to overlook. The philosophy of life. Obviously, by giving enough examples, he logically argued that the solutions that he offers in the book could help the aspiring cricketers. When one reads the book, it's amply clear that he has done deep research of the subject, and very nicely he has weaved the theories which could be practically effective. Every sentence in the book dissects the topic beautifully and acts as a guide to young cricketers. It's a story of his life. Usually cricketers get crestfallen and give up the game in frustration. In Ashwath's case, he, by leaving all the comforts of his huge bungalows at Madikeri, decided to swim in the hard life of Mumbai. That life either makes you or breaks you. But Ashwath seems to have gained enough experience to propagate certain meaningful theories. The interesting narrations of the way he led the life in Mumbai makes a very good reading. I get the impression that life perhaps made him look at the life of a cricketer who had failed in Bangalore and found a way to succeed in the game he loved most. He talks about formulas, equations, meditations, and so many things to make us believe that cricket is not only the game of runs and wickets, but if one analyzes the philosophy, then it's possible in getting runs and wickets consistently. I feel with competitions increasing in the game of cricket, the parents are stressed when their kids don't perform, must read this book. Initially, they could be their guides, and it will help the kid build up his mental strength. I sincerely feel to do justice to the tremendous research work that Ashwath took for guiding the society, someone must carry on the research and go deep in the subject with interview of international cricketers that will do justice to this young man's effort. To my good friend Raghu and his wife Anita, all I can say is that at least Ashwath with this book has left behind something that will have impact on the society. That's the way I look at it. Thank you very much.